For the longest time, the path to getting rich seemed pretty straightforward, right? You save your money, you throw it in an index fund, and you just wait. But here's the thing, the world has completely changed. That old advice, it's not wrong, but it's definitely not the whole story anymore. Today, we're going to walk through a new playbook, one that's designed not just to earn wealth, but to actually engineer it. Okay, so you've probably heard this one from the legendary Charlie Munger. It's this huge milestone for anyone who's serious about building wealth, and it really does represent that first super hard push where your savings and your sheer discipline are doing all the heavy lifting. You know, it's that point where the snowball finally starts to get big enough to roll on its own. But what if that's only half the story? I mean, hitting that first 100K is a massive, massive achievement, no doubt. But this idea that it's just math after that, it kind of misses a huge point. In today's economy, you can actually rewrite the math. The game isn't just about slowly accumulating anymore. It's about acceleration. And that right there is the core idea for today. Building serious wealth is way less about luck and way more about having the right systems. Think of it like a machine, a well-oiled machine with distinct parts that you can actually build, you can optimize, and you can scale. So we're going to break down the 4 essential pillars of this modern wealth engine.
All right, so let's dig in. We have to start with the bedrock. Pillar 1, your foundation. I mean, before you can build anything that lasts, you need the right materials and a solid blueprint. And when it comes to creating wealth, that means mastering your internal game, your skills, and your mindset. This right here is a huge psychological shift you have to make. Before you hit 100K, you're pretty much in pure accumulation mode. You're grinding, you're saving every penny. But after you cross that line, you get to graduate into acceleration mode. Your money is now an employee that's working for you 24/7. Think about it, an 8% return on 100K. That's $8,000 a year for doing nothing. The question is no longer if you can reach your goals, it's how fast you can get there. And that speed, it comes from having high leverage skills. These are your greatest asset, period. Forget trying to be a jack of all trades. The new playbook demands a stack of very specific high income skills. We're talking about things like coding, video editing, and the super skill of persuasive copywriting. Then you layer on sales, AI automation to build out your systems, and of course, a strong personal brand. These aren't just job skills, they're income multipliers. So you've got the skills, you're ready to go. But skills on their own are just potential energy, right? You need a vehicle to turn them into actual cash flow. And that brings us to pillar 2, picking your engine. This is the business model that's going to power everything. And look, not all business models are built the same. Not even close. It all boils down to this one magic number, gross margin. That's basically the percentage of money you get to keep after your direct costs. A regular product business might have a 50-60% margin, which is pretty good. An agency selling services, that can get up to 70%. But the undisputed king is software as a service, or SaaS, with these insane 80-90% margins. Why? Simple. You build it once, and you can sell it 1,000,000 times. But wait, it's not all about SaaS and flashy tech startups. There's another incredibly powerful path to wealth, and it's one that's often overlooked. It's the route taken by what you might call the quiet millionaires. While everyone else is chasing hype, these entrepreneurs are just methodically building fortunes in so-called boring industries. I mean, just look at this list. It's like a treasure chest of boring but insanely profitable ideas. Think about it. Cleaning services, logistics, home repair. These things aren't glamorous, but they solve real, essential, and recurring problems. The demand is always there, customers are often super loyal, and the cash flow is as predictable as the sunrise. Success here isn't about being trendy. It's about being necessary. Okay, pillar 1, foundation, done. Pillar 2, you've picked your engine. Now it's time to fuel it up and actually get this thing on the road. This is pillar 3, the actual strategies and execution that get your engine running and pointed in the right direction. This right here, this is maybe the single biggest hack to avoid wasting months or even years of your life. It's called sell before you build, and it stops you from making the #1 mistake entrepreneurs make, building something nobody actually wants. It completely flips the script. First, you find where your potential customers are already hanging out. Second, you sell them on the outcome, the result, not just a product. And third, you get comfortable asking for the money upfront. This validates your whole idea with real cash, not just empty compliments. So where are all these customers?
Well, you might be surprised, but a huge one is LinkedIn. It's not just an online resume anymore. It's this thriving professional ecosystem. And its AI tools are like having a personal wingman. They'll suggest post ideas, help you write captions, recommend connections. It's a dynamic stage where if you share real value, the opportunities start finding you. And as you start getting traction, you're going to realize something really important. Your willpower runs out. But systems run forever. This quote says it all. The key to building wealth over the long haul isn't just about being disciplined. It's about automation. Automate your investments, automate your workflows, automate your bills. Build systems that make progress the default option. That frees up all your mental energy for the big decisions that really move the needle. All right, we're at the final pillar. You've got the foundation, the engine is humming, you've got fuel in the tank, your business is making money. So how do you go from making a good living to building real life-changing wealth? That's what Pillar 4 is all about. The accelerators that take you to the next level. Now, this chart right here tells a story, and honestly, it's one of the most important ones in this whole playbook. It shows the two paths you can take once the money really starts coming in. On one path, every time you get a raise, your lifestyle inflates with it. Nicer car, bigger house. On the other path, you keep your lifestyle the same and you reinvest every single extra dollar. The gap between these two paths isn't just a few $1,000s. Over a lifetime, it is millions. See, scaling isn't just about making more money. It's about being incredibly smart with what you do with it. You start to strategically diversify into other assets, like real estate, to build multiple engines of wealth. But the most powerful move you can possibly make, you start buying back your most precious, non-renewable resource, your time. And you do this with a powerful little system called the buyback loop. It sounds fancy, but it's actually super simple. Step 1, you audit your calendar and find all the low-value, energy-draining tasks. Step 2, you transfer them to someone else, an assistant, a contractor, whoever. Step 3, you fill all that new free time with high-value stuff that actually grows your business, sales, marketing, strategy. It's this amazing virtuous cycle that just accelerates your growth like crazy. So there you have it. That's the modern playbook for engineering wealth. A solid foundation of skills, powering a high-margin engine, fueled by smart execution, and then scaled with powerful accelerators. The entire system is laid out for you. The only question left is, which page are you going to turn first?